Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen Insider, looking at the Asperia Prowler coming in Star Citizen Alpha 3.8 later this year, how Star Citizen tools help build the game, and new glasses and faceware for RSI subscribers, and some updates with that too. The Prowler is the first ship we will have in-game that is for the Tavaran, the sort of like samurai bird race. It will help define any further Tavaran ships, architecture and style going forward as well. The Tavaran have been fully assimilated by the UEE, and they are a race that they sort of subjugated earlier on in lore. The Prowler is a stealthy reproduction of a space APC that allows the ship to sort of like have its doors open and not depressurize. It uses special air shields, so like little force fields that come down to protect the doors. This means the ship can rapidly deploy troops in EVA or in a depressurized environment. Even though the ship has air shield tech, it still has the ability to close and seal its doors, because, you know, there might be power problems or there might be damage to the ship. The pilot and co-pilot stations are separated in two cabins, one above the other. The room leading from the upper cockpit is used for components, so you'll have very easy access to components there, and they plan to hide the components behind a sliding wall, it sounds like. The cockpits are sealed compartments as well, separate from any other room attached to them. It's literally its own little tiny chamber. They want the different alien ships to have different styles and in-game looks to their inputs even. So literally the way you interact with the cockpit is going to be different with these different alien ships. For the Tavaran, they have a large sort of railed joystick controller that controls most of the ship operations. They plan to have animations when you move that sort of like railed joystick to give more of a feel that it's very much an alien control device. Turn the stick and turn your ship, the entire stack will rotate, and you'll have this sort of like cascading set of animations. The interior of the Prowler looks like it's been inspired by a 3D printer, sort of like the struts and supports that you get the raft. So I think basically it's supposed to be like this effective, lightweight to support the internal structure with the lowest possible use of materials. I mean, the Tavaran are inspired by birds and nests and trees and stuff. There's lots of upside down triangular tree shapes in the ship, sort of like the way that these sort of like supports branch out like a tree, but also it's, I suppose, hollow like bird bones. Are they hollow? I think they are, but it's supposed to be lightweight. They're avian. The room leading from the lower cockpit leads to a troop and armory room. There is a sealed door with a ladder leading to the exterior as well. So there's 4 passengers that can be seated in that little mini room from the lower cockpit area. That little troop area, though, does have a reasonable sized sort of area as an armory, so you can store equipment and weapons there. Going towards the rear of the ship and connected to that little armory, there is a larger jump room where most of the troops can be seated. I believe 12 in there, so you'd have 16 passengers total, plus 2 pilots in that ship, assuming that nothing's changed. They have air-shielded exits, so there's 8 doors that allow you to quickly leave the ship, and a rear ramp. Again, these exits should be fully sealable as well. After they've finished building the rear of the ship, because they've done a lot of the front of the ship now and some of the exterior, they're going to marry the exterior work with that, and then make a set of materials and textures unique for the Tavaran, and then apply that to the ship. That can be a long process, and there's still much to do. I'm not sure if that's a potential warning that the Tavaran Prowler here might not be ready for 3.8. It's certainly a possibility. They do need to do the lighting for the ship as well to get that sort of nailed down. I would expect it to have its own sort of like bespoke VFX, maybe a unique quantum travel effect at some point as well, as each of the alien races, as far as I'm aware, are supposed to have a unique sort of like looking quantum travel effect, though it is an Asperia reproduction of a Tavaran ship made modernized, so it might not have entirely Tavaran components. Tools! So, Martin Sr., lead tools programmer at CIG in the UK, talked about the tools of Star Citizen. I've actually talked to that gentleman at length in the pub on many occasions up in Manchester on Bar Citizens and studio tours. He's the brother of Derek Sr., who was the programming director there as well. The tools they develop for Star Citizen are primarily used by devs to help build out and support work for the game. This can take a few different forms. They support and help build tools out for the editor, for the in-engine, in-game side of building out gameplay area and such, but there's also general tools for managing workflow and business process, crash reporting, or the copy build system that they can use to grab the latest game builds from their main server, and sort of like lots of other minor tools that help support the whole development of the game. DataForge, basically everything you see in game has a large amount of data attached to it. DataForge has master and variable records to allow for object and asset data to be changed easily and edited easily, and for them to have a big record of that. They are hoping to release a new tool this quarter, StarWords. It's there to help manage all the text in game. It is replacing their web-based third-party previous solution, which this should be significantly better than. It will provide a much richer UI, and is obviously very useful as they move towards dynamic missions. It has all the sort of like mission text and mission data, that sort of stuff in it. It also acts as a very useful database of previous missions, descriptions, and can be easily updated with new data. They're going to be linking that to editor tools so they can see changes to the text that they make at real time in game too. Automated testing is also part of what tools handle. They produce 20 plus builds a day. These go through a suite of automated tests to check stability. This is particularly important for the Vulkan work they are currently doing, as it's a big change for the graphics and renderer. So Vulkan is a huge part of making Star Citizen look beautiful, but also scalable to lots of people's hardware. It should also make Star Citizen a lot more future-proof. Obviously, they're still building out the game, and you want Star Citizen to look great when it's actually finally released. So Vulkan is a big step towards that, but also we should see significant improvements when they actually have that fully integrated. On the renderer side of things, they use a pixel heat map to see differences when testing, and when they've updated stuff to see if there's any visual issues. They have various testing levels too, so they can quickly see changes that they make when integrating Vulkan and optimizing the game. There's also manual labor associated with this as well, but they do run it through a set of automated tests, which saves a lot of time, and then can compare the changes pretty easily, just seeing if there's any pixel differences. Is it doing what they want it to do? Are there problems? Are there issues? As these builds and changes are incrementally done as well, they have a log of all the previous and historical changes and data there too. For RSI subscribers, the Anvil Terrapin is available to fly for free for the month of November. Sub Flair this month is a couple of different sets of cosmetic eyewear and glasses. Centurion subs get the Urban Collection of 3 pairs of glasses. Emperators get that Urban Collection plus the Adventurer Collection, another 3 pairs of glasses. Subbing by the 18th of November will net you the appropriate rewards, but obviously subbing at any time will get you the ability to free fly the ship of the month, which is the Terrapin this time. You're also able to buy the previous month's ship as sort of like a little flash sale, though they are going to be added to the sub store as well, those Flair items, so bear that in mind. If you were to sub in 2 years' time, for example, you would be able to purchase all of the previous sort of like sub Flair if you wanted to. I am prepping for CitizenCon. I'm going there as press. In my previous video, I asked people to drop questions that they would like for me to ask appropriate devs that I see there, and topics and stuff that they'd like me to cover while I'm there. So I'll put the link to that previous video there. Feel free to chuck a comment on there, or even this one. I'll have a quick look on this video to see if there's any CitizenCon questions as well. There was a article from The Intelligencer about Chris Roberts talking about the future of gaming and Star Citizen. I'll get a breakdown of that. I'll have a read of it and see if there's any tangible information or useful information from that interview they did with him. I'll try and get that up to date if there's something tangible from that. Also, later on today, they are on Star Citizen Live talking to Luke Presley. That should be a very cool Star Citizen Live. They will be talking about missions and sort of like gameplay and near future gameplay of the game. Luke Presley handles the stuff that you see in live builds. That's at 4 PM UTC, November 15th, Friday, for those of you that are wondering if it's already been on or not. And you can catch it at twitch.tv/Star Citizen. Every month we have a ship giveaway for November. It's for a Cutlass Black game package and CitizenCon 2948, last year's goodie pack. All you need to do for a chance of winning is comment on any of my videos made during November 2019. More details below. A quick bit of shilling as well. Shadow provide remote access to high-spec gaming PCs as a subscription service, so you don't need to maintain your own gaming PC. you can leverage the power of your internet to turn your phone, tablet, laptop, or home PC into a monster. They are taking pre-orders for their new hardware configurations, scaling for 4K gaming, up to 32 gigs of RAM, and a GeForce Titan RTX, which I am very much looking forward to playing Star Citizen on. Links below, and use the code BoredGamer to get a discount. I also use NordVPN, which I've decided to continue to support, as they appear to have one of the best VPN services currently available at an affordable price. If you're looking for a VPN, consider them. Links below. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you would like to share my video, comment, subscribe, like, all that sort of jazz, ring the bell, that all helps content creators. Also, if you want to further support the channel even more, there's Patreon, there's direct donation, there's the YouTube join button as well, which gives you access to some more sort of like exclusive content from me. Thank you very much for watching. You take care, and I'll see you in the verse.